session with Ethics for Growth and our guest, Laura Garrido, founder of Ético. Welcome,
Hello.
Laura.
Hello, everybody.
So, Laura, tell us something about yourself. Today we're going to talk about sustainable tourism and communication. And we have one of the main experts coming from Spain. So, very important tourist destination. And let's face these challenges together.
So, well, as you know, as you say, my name is Laura. I'm from Spain, concretely in Palma de Mallorca, and I'm the founder of Ético. So the idea started more than 2 years ago. I was working in Trivago, and I was very happy there. But one day they told me that for business, let's say a strategy, my department was over. So, and I had to move to Düsseldorf. So I was realizing that working in tourist sector, I was always thinking, wow, we are in a business that spend a lot of resources and move a lot of people around the world. And what a huge impact we could make if we try to do the things better. So I took advantage about this unlikely, let's say, situation about the job, of the change of the job. And I went through this idea, and tried to find solutions to build a better environment and better industry. And that was how Ético was created, with this purpose, working day a day on trying to find solutions and have a sustainability wall in the tourist sector.
And that's quite challenging, let's say, as many other people that started their businesses quite few time, like not a lot of time before the pandemic, in the sector of tourism that was one of the most affected by the pandemics. How did it change? So, of course, we are not going to talk about tourism and the pandemics because we talked about it, we know a lot about it, but I'd like to see your point of view about how your business changed and how the approach changed and how sustainability is merging in all of this.
I think the first thing that we have to think is if we want to really go back to this normality, right? I don't know if you think the same, that if we really want to go through this epic movement and without having time of thinking. So now we have a huge opportunity and we have the time to rethink about how we want to go back to this normality and how we want to regenerate the tourist sector. So in my opinion, this pandemic, it's a huge opportunity for the companies to go through a different path and to build strategies to make the environment better. So it's obviously that it's a really difficult time for everybody, but I always see opportunities when something wrong is going, and I think all of we will have to take this into consideration too.
I mean,
I don't know if you see the same, no? I mean that I suppose that also in your business is the same. Like, let's try to do the things better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we started during the pandemics. We are a pandemic startup, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I did happen, for example, alone. No, now with this pandemic, many people is moving, is trying to do different things. And for example, these educational things that you are doing now, it's super important. And maybe without the pandemic, this idea, you will not be able to do it, and now you are able to do it. So let's try to get the positive things about this situation.
Totally. And then actually, you were saying something interesting. So it's more of a question. Do we want things to be back exactly like they were before? Or maybe we can take advantage of an unfortunate situation to change them in a better way? And I think about tourism because you are from Mallorca. I'm based in Sicily. Namely Syracuse is my city, and it's a very important touristic destination as well. Actually, one of the main assets to the territory. But we were facing in these last years massive tourism of people just coming here staying a couple of days in Airbnb, and there was a lot of Airbnb speculation. Nothing bad with having an Airbnb, but there was a lot of speculation in the city center. And I felt that there was not something completely sustainable going on. So what is your solution to this, your idea about it?
I think that the sustainability always is a solution. I think also that many companies in tourist company, they think about the sustainability just for the environment, no? And we have to put always in the main focus the environment, obviously, but also the people. No, as you say, as you know, the sustainability is the balance between the environment, the people, and the planet. And I think the companies have to put these people in the focus and try to build also a better society, not just for the economy of the company, also for the economy of the local people that is in this destination.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, a couple of weeks ago, we had another guest, Alan Schwartz, an architect, and we had a chat about another issue, another element of sustainability, that is happiness. Overall, probably happiness should be the main driver, and happiness and a good social level. And how could sustainability, like what kind of sustainability solutions can we adopt to make a touristic destination more socially friendly towards both the tourists and the locals?
Well, I think it has to be the commitment of everybody, and it has to be also like a public and a private commitment, right? So it has to be together, this commitment, and the governments have to apply also this respectment also for the local people. As you commented before about the Airbnb, for example, here in Palma de Mallorca, we have a tragic situation. Now, not because of the pandemic, but last year, for example, for young people or for people in general, was super difficult to rent a house in the city center because everybody was renting in Airbnb. So the governments have also to protect the people, because other way there is not a sustainable development. So the companies always has to do something, also the private companies, but also the governments, and they have to work together on it.
Yeah, that's important. Let's put one sec to the business aspect of our conversation. What are your main clients as Ético?
Pardon, can you repeat? What are
your main clients, your customers?
Okay. So we are a company that helps another tourist companies. Let's say like this. Like our clients are the hotels, can be also restaurant, destination, but mostly they are hotels, and we help tourist companies in order to be more sustainable. No, but on one side, we help them to build sustainable strategies and incorporate the sustainability into the core business of the tourist companies. But also, in the other side, we also help them to communicate inside and outside of the company with a communication in values on ethical communication, no? Because we realize that many companies have like a huge plans of a strategy plans of sustainability, but sometimes these plans are not getting to the people. I mean that the people that is working in the own company, they don't know what sustainability means. So for that reason, the communication is super important in order to establish these strategies.
So let's try to be more practical, for instance, and do it with our audience. Let's say that I'm a hotel. Okay, maybe you can present one of your best cases, one of your case study, something that you did in the past without having to name the company, of course. But let's say that there is a hotel that has this issue. Let's try to explain what kind of alternatives, what kind of strategy can you offer them as a sustainability strategy, and then how the strategy is communicated both internally and externally.
Okay, so first of all, I will say to the hotel that is really important to have the commitment of the management. Okay, because sometimes also it happens that there are like a department, maybe marketing or maybe it's human resources that is doing the strategy, but they don't communicate to the others. And it has to be a commitment of the management and also commitment, and the management has to split the work in all the departments. Okay, so first of all, commitment. Then it is necessary to analyze also all the value chain of the company, the providers, or all the people that is related, let's say all the stakeholders, and detect if is any improvement in any stage also of the value chain. For doing that is really important also to detect the communication channels and establish also listening channels. The sustainability companies listen before to communicate, and this is really important because also it happens many times that the companies are communicating, but they don't listen about the necessities of the stakeholders or the value chains. So first of all, also listen. These listening channels will give to the company many information. For example, point of improvements, strengths of the company, worries also about the stakeholders. And by collecting all this information, the companies will have the chance to try to find a solution or improvements for the problems detected. These solutions and improvement will be the sustainability objective of the companies. So you, with all this information, you will be able to have this objective. After detecting this, the company could implement a yearly roadmap and builds its strategy. So listen, it's like detecting the stakeholders, the value chain, listen, detecting all the problems and all the information, try to build a solution with all that information collected, and build also the roadmap.
So all the strategies need to start with a sort of diagnosis, basically. And this is quite important because it's true for hotels, but I think it's true for any other company.
Yeah, this is, this strategy, for example, is the ones that I apply in the hotels, but also I have worked with another companies that are not hotels. And it is something that I always say, please first listen. No, it's like we have to listen all our stakeholders, and this information will give us our objective of sustainability. So yes, in any company can be done this.
In your experience, while you have been listening to all these stakeholders and issues, what was the most challenging aspect that you had to face?
The most challenging situation?
Yeah.
Well, I think the most challenging situation is to change the mind of the people. It's the most challenging and it's the most beautiful thing. I think the people that have this knowledge about sustainability have the duty, let's say, of spread this word and spread why is important the sustainability. I always say, in Ético, we always say that the social environment education goes in 3 different phases, right? We say that one phase is the knowledge, the other phase is the awareness, and the other is the action. First of all, the knowledge is something that you acquire. No, you don't born with you don't born with the knowledge. It's something that comes from outside inside, and it's really important to give this knowledge to the people. You this knowledge, the people then comes aware about one problem, and then when you are aware, you can act. So I think this is the main challenge, not to make the people have this awareness, giving them the knowledge, and try to convince them about the importance of taking sustainability actions. So this is general. This is not one specific case, but it happens always in all my let's say relation with another companies. No, it's like how can I spread them or let them know the importance of sustainability, not because of the marketing or not because of the image, just the image of the company, is because it is important for everybody. So this is the most challenging thing for my point of view.
We have a couple of minutes, and now I know that you mentioned the marketing. That is not the most important thing, but it's one of the aspects, of course. And about this, how a hotel that applies a sustainable strategy can be more competitive on the market?
Well, first of all, about marketing, I always speak about our company is called Ético, that is ethical, and we speak about marketing. Ético is ethical marketing, and as a company, first of all, we have to think how do we want to contribute, and how do we want the potential users to or customers to feel. I think the communication and the marketing strategy have to be aligned with the ethical values, first of all. Marketing consists on getting your message to the market in order to exchange a product. So there are more and more companies that want to show the positive of the product for the environment and the people, and therefore attracts more customers and put, for example, the most aggressive techniques outside. No, so I think this is important for the marketing. So showing the positiveness of your product. So, for example, that means don't making false pretenses, don't promote bad messages, don't speak bad of your rivals. There are many things that, as marketeers, we must avoid. So there are many studies that says also that the aggressive marketing can make potential customers really anxious. Mm-hmm. So I think that we have to think. And now, no, with the pandemic, do we want also to make them feel anxious to the people, or how we want to make them feel? So I always say, let's inspire them, no? Let's them feel good emotions. Let's educate them. Let's show them how the importance of a sustainable company. Let's show them also the importance of buying or staying on holidays with a company that is looking for a social impact. So I think we have to change and avoid that the uses of the market, the techniques of the marketing, the bad marketing, let's say, and try to inspire them in another way. I don't know if you think the same, and communicate also with the purpose of the company.
Absolutely. We share the word ethics in our names. And I do agree with you. I do agree that what we always try to communicate first is that communication is about communicating the real values, the real self of the company. It's not cheating, it's not lying, it's not tricking, and that exactly. and all of this. And the second,
and I always say that before to communicate, we have to be. No, it's our slogan. Before to communicate is that we have to be. So.
And then if you are, it's also easier to communicate because it's natural.
Exactly. We have to change from a storytelling to a story doing.
Story doing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna steal this from you. Thank you. But and then we're done with our time, so I need to conclude very quickly. But I want to stress one last thing, that the other thing we said is education. Education is also for customers. It's also for people to actually purchase content and purchase services and goods with a value. So also we are here for this reason. To spread the word, to inspire people to actually be ethical in their business doing, but also in their purchasing habits. So I'd like to go farther in this conversation with you, and actually we will do it next year inside the Ethics for Growth community. I'm sorry because now this format was quite short and quick. We will expand it with a more than 1 hour talk, more into depth, in more technicalities. for whoever is interested in all these topics and also in meeting Laura further and get a chance to interact also with a Q&A, here down in the comment here, there will be the link to join our community and keep following us. Thank you very much, Laura, for being with us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Looking forward to seeing you soon, and we will see you next Thursday with another session of 20 minutes of social innovation and ethics for growth. Thank you. Bye-bye.